New at 5, firefighting during a pandemic is taking on a new normal. From evacuating residents to setting up base camp, agencies are having to rework emergency protocols. News Channel 3's Shelby Nelson is live in Palm Springs tonight to tell us how new emergency operations could look. And Shelby, this is obviously in an effort to keep everyone involved safe.
It is, and like you said, I'm near the tramway. This is where one of the latest fires broke out over the weekend. You can still see off into the distance, if you look closely, some of that pink fire retardant that's left over from that firefight. But it's really no secret that we are bound to see more fires break out as this heat continues. Now, one of the biggest concerns now is how to effectively fight fires during a pandemic.
It's screening for elevated skin temperature.
A mass fever screening system, something already being put to the test in Northern California's Hog Fire.
Where we can screen several hundred firefighters coming through there and basically seeing if their temperatures are elevated.
The system uses thermal imaging to detect the color red on a person's forehead or neck. Someone who does display the warm color will have to step aside and get their temperature taken.
And then they'll be asked a series of questions and so forth. And then we'll determine whether or not that person can continue on the assignment or not.
The system is all about mitigating spread when hundreds of firefighters are responding to a major incident. But it's not quite foolproof. You could say some firefighters will already have increased temperatures after being in scorching heat for extended periods of time.
This is not a perfect system. We understand that the temperatures will be hot. They've been exposed to the elements. This is just one way to say, okay, this person's temperature is well over 100 degrees.
Captain Nathan Gunkel with Palm Springs Fire Department welcomes the technology if his crews are called out.
I think it's a great idea. It's probably a great idea. You can screen, at least temperature-wise, a lot of foot traffic quickly.
The technology is just one aspect of emergency services adjusting to the new normal during a pandemic.
What a shelter looks like inside is also going to be different.
In the event of evacuations, Shane Reichart with the Emergency Management Department says cots will be spaced out, meals will be prepackaged, and upon arrival,
we're going to ask people to remain in their vehicles. We're going to have a team of screeners. We're going to go around to each vehicle and screen them. And people without symptoms, they're not under quarantine, there's nothing concerning there, will be admitted into that shelter.
Those who are in quarantine may be designated to another site, such as the Federal Medical Station in Indio, if needed.
If we needed to, we would activate additional shelters so that we could make sure that everybody gets cared for.
Now, the department says it could be difficult to pre-plan because they're not going to know how many people will be evacuated for a particular incident. They do tell me that several places may need to be used to limit the amount of people under one roof in the event of an evacuation. Live in Palm Springs, I'm Shelby Nelson for News Channel 3.